What's up, guys? I'm here with my BBR Week 4 match versus Antonio, aka It's Whatever, and his Sacramento Blings. Shout out to John for that fire logo that he did for Ant. That logo is one of my favorite logos I've ever seen. Even though I'm not a Sacramento Kings fan, it still looks really sick. Obviously, this is a post-com. I hate that I had to do another post-com in this season, but like not much I can do about it. Obviously, I played at John's house. And for some reason, we didn't have the audio on. It just had like the background music. So also this upload's late because of that reason. I have not had time to postcom. I did not check until the night before, which poor time management on my part. But I want to say shout out to the admins for being understanding on the late upload. But yeah, we play Ant for week 4, which I will say playing Ant, great player. Also, though, he has one of the best matchups into my team. He can say whatever he wants. He could say he told me after the match I should have brought Sneasel, and Sneasel put in work in mocks against him, but didn't have room for it, in my opinion. But either way, look at fun to Ant. I feel like his team definitely has the best matchup into my team, like that all season. Like no other team will have this good of a matchup into my team. So just I don't have many answers for Hydreigon outside of Florges, and then also Sneasler plus the Necrozma. Ant has a crazy good team. Pairing that good of a team with Ant being such a great battler, it's going to be hard, but we will try our best to get our week 4 W versus Ant. Like I said, like a fun to Ant. And also, guys, if you haven't already, please hit that sub button. I'm on the road to 1,000 subscribers. It would mean the world to me. We do see Ant leading off with the Necrozma, which I have no clue what this set could be. I saw weakness policy sets in mocks. I want to shout out Central for mock support, John for mock support, and also building help, same with Central, and also shout out to Kiko, obviously big 3, me, Kiko, John. Also Central helps out a lot every single week. Also shout out to Blazeman. I'm pretty sure Blazeman helped me out a little bit this week as well. But yeah, we're just going to click Ironhead turn 1 because we're going to go for a flinch. Probably could get rocks up. We're going to click Ironhead, get some damage off, and we see he's pretty defensive. And do we get a flinch? We do not get a flinch. And Ant's just going to get his rocks up. So no flinch turn 1. Imagine that. No. Really wanted to flinch Ant. That's okay, though. We take what we can get. Now I assume he's just going to go Zapdos, seeing that we're just going to elect to click Ironhead. We could be a Scarf set in his eyes. He doesn't know yet. I could switch out here. I could do a couple different things, but I think I'm just going to like to get my rocks up. You see so let's talk about my sets a little bit. Wish I had a team builder, just don't have the time. I'm trying to get this video out. Lando T with Cover Cloak as my check to Sneasler. We are Keyberry Florges. Hopefully we can take a U-turn from a, hopefully the play is to take a U-turn from a Hydreigon, and then we get a defense boost, and then we can also Calm Mind. We're Synthesis, Moonblast, Calm Mind. I think we also have Psychic. But we're going to get our Stealth Rocks up now, so we reveal we are not Choice Scarf. And from here, I cannot hit this Pokemon. I cannot hit this Pokemon at all. Like, at all. Not much I can do to this Pokemon. Probably should have prepped for Zapdos a little better. But that's okay. I could have brought, like, Ice Punch. And then I risked Statics. So, at this point, I'm looking to see what I can switch into. And I realize I do not have a switch in because Florges is here to do other shit. So, I kind of have to go Rotom Wash here. Our set is pretty good. With T-Wave, Hydro Pump, Volt Switch, Pain Split with Rocky Helmet. It's like our Mamoswine answer. We can take 2 Life Orb Trailblazes, so 3 hit KOs us, and we can take Knockoff into Trailblaze. So we're like max HP, max defense. But us letting Rotom Wash get chipped here is not good for having to deal with that Mamoswine. And we do take rocks, obviously, and we see a Discharge come off, and it does a decent chunk to us. So here I can elect to do a couple of different things. I can Volt Switch out because Mamoswine's definitely not going to be the Pokemon coming in. I can Pain Split, which if I Pain Split, if Necrozma comes back in, then I'm not going to be getting that much. But anything else, obviously, nothing else is taking damage. So then I get a little bit of health back, and I take some of their health. And we see what his initial switch into this Rotom Wash is. It could be Hydreigon. Hydreigon's probably his best bet because what I could do here, if I just Volt Switch, then that's best case scenario for him. I go Florges, he probably switches out and he just goes into what, like he can probably go Necrozma. At that point though I probably would have Calm Mind, but I click Pain Split here. I feel like staying as healthy as possible because we are now below 50, and he does click U-turn, so we're getting a little bit of chip off on that Zapdos. But we do click Pain Split here, so not a bad play by me, but I definitely would have rather have clicked U-turn or Volt Switch, I mean. to gain some initiative. But in my eyes, I'm trying to keep Rotomosh a little bit more healthier, some would say, for that Mamoswine. So we're going to see what he elects to go into. I definitely think it's going to be that Hydreigon, though, because anything else doesn't really switch into this Pokemon. Like, if he goes Hard Sneasel, it'd be crazy. Necrozma is the only other Pokemon that makes sense. But he could be saving health on that for a different reason. But Antonio is going to go into Eeny Meeny, which is going to be the Hydreigon. So Hydreigon takes Rocks, which in Mox I expected this thing to be Choice Scarf. Because Specs, I didn't really think it would be Specs. But here, my initial answer is always go Florges. Always go Florges. I don't have anything else. That's why I kind of wish I would have just clicked Volt Switch. But I mean, I guess in this scenario, I get a little bit more health on Rotomosh, which I valued more than going hard Florges. But looking back, if I went hard Florges, he U-turned obviously, and then he goes Sneasler. So put in a tough spot from the go. So thinking about it, changed my mind. I'm glad I made the Pain Split play, because now I can just go hard Florges. And we can hopefully try to start doing what we did in Mox, calling the U-turn, get the Key Berry, and then we just claim a KO, basically. Depending on what he goes into, we can set up on something. And we're going to see that Antonio is a Dragon Dance set, which caught me off guard. Honestly, not the worst case scenario. I live any hit from this guy. I'm trying to see like if it learns a Still move, because I thought it learned Iron Tail for some reason, but it does not. So I'm looking at Calcs, and I'm looking at Hydreigon's move pool, and I see that his best way to hit me is going to be a Head Smash, which I live comfortably because I am max physically defensive, which I did this because at +1 defense, Dire Claw from a Sneasler does like max 38%, which is fucking nuts. But here, I just elect to click Moonblast because I don't want him set up, and he clicks Head Smash. Hopefully no crit, and we fucking chew that shit. We chew that shit, and we're going to take down the Hydreigon. So a good start for your Morpeko United, guys. Good start. I'm hyped at this point, right? Like, I mean, obviously, you can look at me in the face cam. Do I not look fucking ecstatic? But we take out that, which honestly, Hydreigon fucked me up in Mox, so I'm not mad at all by that. Florges didn't do as much of a job as I wanted it to, but Hydreigon being gone makes my life a little easier. What am I saying? Sneasler comes in, crank that. We do not live any Dire Claw, so we're not gonna do what we wanted to do, especially if he's like a Choice Bandit set. If he was like no attack, there's a chance we live this. But probably just going to end up going down to a Dire Claw from this guy. We're just going to click Psychic, hoping he is just Gunk Shot and misses the Gunk Shot. So not the worst case scenario here if he is just Gunk Shot and he misses, because then we get another KO. So maybe the play here would have just been Synthesis. You know what I mean? Calling a Gunk Shot miss. But that's okay. We're going to click Psychic and just try to take down Sneasler if it does have Gunk Shot and it misses. But Sneasler's been on a fucking tear, by the way, in BBR. Since Ant picked up the team, it has been putting in work. Ant's had the team since week 1, has he not? I can't remember. I think Ant's had it since week 1. But he does include Dire Claw, and we should go down, and we do go down. So, Luke Shaw, you did your job to an extent. Not the exact job I wanted Luke Shaw to do, but it did his job. He did his job. Could I have just went Landorus? Yes. And kept Florges around. But Florges does not outspeed any of the other Pokemon. Maybe a Necrozma if I was not running much speed on that guy, so probably not. But now we just go into Manu, our land OT, which has been putting in a lot of work for us this season. In our Manu set, cannot remember it. I'm gonna have to wait to see. I know I was Cover Cloak. You turn Earthquake, Stone Edge, Stealth Rock. So pretty self-explanatory. Kind of wish I was like SD instead of Rocks, because I really didn't expect to get Rocks up with Jirachi as early as I did. But we are going to, I believe we could U-turn here. We do, but now we don't really deal with the Zapdos very well at all. Kind of wish I would have just clicked Stone Edge, because then we force him to roost, and then I could have called that and clicked Earthquake. Because now I'm put in a tough situation, because for one, if this Zapdos is running speed, my Urshifu is fucking useless, is all, basically. Like, this is what I mean by I have one of the worst like, this team matches into my team perfectly. Like, in hindsight, Did Sneasel do decent? I probably could have brought a Sneasel instead of my Rachi, but that's okay. I kind of have to decide if I want to go Rotom Wash, Pain Split again, Volt Switch out, but then I lose an answer to Mamoswine, but I think Urshifu can deal with it. So here, I'm just going to go into this. Hopefully we see a U-turn come out, take some Rocky Helmet chip, but I believe I do just click Pain Split, calling him to roost or U-turn out and go into something else. Because I'm trying to get my Rotom Wash a little bit healthier because of the chip that I let it take earlier on in the match. Because I'm not playing the greatest. I'm up. We're tied right now, 5-5, but like I have not been playing the greatest, and it's looking pretty bleak for me against Zapdos already. I'm really gonna have to go pretty hard on the Iron Moth in game, which for Iron Moth, that is the goal with I believe, booster special attack. He just clicked Discharge, which does a lot of damage, so we're gonna make the right play and click Pain Split. Put that Zapdos down below half. And we're probably going to see a Roost come out from this guy, but either way, that's pretty good. That's pretty good for us. What else was I going to say? I can't remember. Oh, Iron Moth in game, special attack, booster special attack, with agility. That is the in game. Hoping it can put in work. Looking at Ant's team, it looks like it can, depending on what the Mamoswine set is, and how much damage we do to Necrozma, and how much damage we can do to Zapdos. Zapdos is just such an annoying fucking Pokemon, guys. That Pokemon just doesn't ever want to die. Like, it's below half, but he can just roost off all of the Pain Split damage I've done. And we just see him click Discharge again. So we just let our Rotom Wash get chipped down very low. But now we kind of have to go into Urshifu and risk the speed, like that Zapdos being like max speed, max HP to outspeed. But at this point, I believe he's bulky based on calcs. It looks like he has a little bit of defense EVs. It was hard to tell with the U-turn from Lando T, but it looked like he was kind of defensive, so I didn't think he was running speed for the Urshifu. At this point, in hindsight, probably should have just went into Iron Moth. I couldn't go Lando T because I need that Pokemon around for the Sneasler. And I don't know what his set is, if like, I mean, because I don't take a Hurricane Wall at all, and if that Sneasler's banded, like I can get to a KO'd eventually. I'm debating on going into Iron Moth now and just risking it, because if I go into it now, I outspeed and I force him to go into something to take a Fiery Dance, and it's probably gonna be Necrozma, and if I get a special attack boost, there's a chance I just kind of put him work, depending on if the Sneasler has Rock Slide. But I go Bruno Fernandez, and I'm risking it all. I'm risking it all right now, because if he's speedy and he clicks Hurricane, he kills me. He kills me. Not much else I can do. Kind of wish I had Sucker Punch in this scenario, because if he roosted, worst case scenario, I can then go back and Rotom Wash and try to figure it out that way. Because looking back at this, honestly, crazy play from Antonio clicking U-turn here, because if I had Sucker Punch, that Pokemon died. You can see my face. I risked him being faster, and he does show he is faster. Nothing really with switching to this Wicked Blow other than Starboy the Diancie, but we do have Iron Head, but this is very much so bluffing that he is Babiri Berry, the still type reducing berry, whatever. But looking back on that was kind of a crazy play from Antonio. He made a good play though, because if I suckered into the roost, but like I didn't have Sucker Punch. He called me not having Sucker Punch. So good play by Antonio. Just in hindsight, I feel like it's kind of wild. Looking back at it now, but now I have to go into Jirachi, because Jirachi takes on this Pokemon very easily, and I don't know if he's Babiri or not, because if he's Babiri, then we die, and then Urshifu is gone, and we do see Ant decide to double into, I believe, Zapdos, so Ant makes the good double, trying to call the Babiri Berry, but like if I Iron Headed there, I don't think I killed. He's at like 24%. I probably did like 19%. But if I called him going back to Zapdos, it would have been a crazy play. But alas, I'm not that good. I'm not that good at this game, so didn't make that call. But that's okay. I'm still not in a horrible position. But now this Pokemon can just click Roost, and I don't outspeed this guy because he's shown that he was faster than my Urshifu. So not the greatest mid-game positioning by me. I've kind of backed myself into a corner at this point, because I'm already making it to where Mamoswine in game plus Zapdos in game just looks crazy for Antonio. So I really got to try to play carefully to try to bring this W back to Morpeko United, but like I'm just looking at my squad and I don't know what to go into. Like I go Landorus to try to force some type of damage, but because he doesn't switch into Landorus very well at all. But I had to be very defensive for the Sneaslers, so the Stone Edge isn't going to be doing much. It would do around half. He does decide to click Roost, so good play by Antonio. He gets back up to health. Back up to health? What the fuck am I saying? Back up to health. Yes, that sounds right. I believe here I just click U-turn, because he should outspeed me, knowing that he outspeeds my Urshifu. So if he decides to click like Hurricane, he's going to get big damage off, and then I'm going to have to really, really hope I can beat the Sneasler elsewhere. He doesn't have a Great Switch in this guy, though, which is good for me. So hopefully we can do something here, because it's not looking the greatest for your Morpeko United. Not looking the greatest. We just see U-turn come off. And then I don't remember when Antonio goes into. I think he goes into the fucking Diancie, which is a demon play. Kind of wish I would have just clicked Stone Edge and then I could have Earthquake the next turn, because barring a Shuka, I killed. So we do see Starboy come out. And here it's putting myself in a bad position because now I have to risk the Babiri Berry. We do see Rocky Helmet on that, and now I'm letting Landorus get chipped down too much. I'm letting it get chipped down too much. And I really had to make a decision here. I could just go Jirachi. I still have my Cold Rary on Jirachi, which might be nice for like Sneasler if it clicks Night Slash. I could go Iron Moth here and just pull the trigger on that and click Flash Cannon, because I mean, even if it's Babiri, if it's not Spadef, it's in range of a Flash Cannon if it's not Spadef. So could go into Urshifu, could go into a couple of different things. Jirachi is the safest play, but I'm really trying to force some damage because Iron Moth doesn't let the Zapdos come in, at least, right? That's my thought process. So I have to go Iron Moth here in my eyes. Wish I would have done this earlier, but that's okay. We're gonna take rocks, and then hopefully try to start breaking. Yeah, that sounded wrong. That does not sound kind of wrong. Try to start breaking. Ant's team. Because I mean, if he goes into fucking anything here, I 2 a KO. Like Flash Cannon into a Fiery Dance should kill the Zapdos. And I don't get O-code by any one move. Unless he like, I mean, the worst case scenario is if he goes Zapdos here, I don't kill a Fiery Dance, and then he clicks Discharge, gets a Discharge Para. That'd be horrible for me. But I'm hoping I can just kill this Diancie. Hoping I just pick up the KO on this guy. I click Flash Cannon. We see no Babiri Berry. So Diancie goes down. So it looks better for Urshifu. I just wish I had Sucker Punch, because if I had Sucker Punch, or the Zapdos was gone, and then it looked like it was our game. I'm not gonna lie, boys. If I had Sucker Punch on him U-turning, I Sucker Punch there. It looked like it was our game. But hey, I didn't have Sucker Punch. So at that point, the game would have been completely different. But I'm just saying, like, wish I would have packed the Sucker Punch, but I didn't. So that's bad on my part for not prepping that. And Antonio made a good play, calling me to not have it, and also calling me to over predict, because he knows I fucking hate running Sucker Punch. He knows I hate it. He knows I hate I think Sucker Punch is a bad move more times than not, in Draft League, just because it is so easy to play around. But on Urshifu, I feel like in this matchup, I definitely should have brought it for the Zapdos. Because if he's running speed, he's just going to try to kill me. So Sucker Punch was definitely the move. I have to go into my Jirachi here. I don't really have much for this guy. I'm just trying to call a Photon Geyser at this point. And he does click Photon Geyser, so I wasted my special attack boost. Could have just went fucking Urshifu on the Diancie, so I didn't risk it, but then I guess he goes Zapdos. I would have had to click, I would have had to try to make a call there and click Wicked Blow, calling him to go Zapdos, but not much I could have done, so I feel like I had to risk, or had to waste my special attack boost there, to be honest. He goes into Necrozma, and here, I really don't have much for this guy. He's shown that he's a more bulky variant, and he's not going to be, like, set up. And you see how frustrated I look. I got my hat all fucking stupid. My face is red, blood pressure up. God damn it. This match stressed me the fuck out. I just didn't like my matchup at all. Ant may have been right about me I should have brought Sneasel, but, like, I just felt like I needed everything else. I feel like I just needed everything. Here I'm just gonna go to my Rotom Wash, basically sacking it. I mean, like, if Zapdos comes in, he kills me, and then at that point, I just gotta, like, the game plan is not there at this point. He clicks knock off. He's gonna knock off my Rocky Helmet, but he will take some chip, and he is going to go down to below 50. So now I get Urshifu in for free, and I can click Wicked Blow. That was the whole point, because now he can't go Zapdos on this because he'll take a Wicked Blow to the face, and he's just going to be sacking his Necrozma probably. If he has Colbur Berry, he is close to being in range. It looked like it was a roll to me. Like, it looked like it was very, very, very close. Like, he had to be max HP, max defensive, and I feel like I believe it was still a roll. And he doesn't Oko me in any one hit. So, like, yeah, he's at, like, 44%. Like, I think I did max. I could be yapping. I'm pretty sure he was in range of this always, even if he was max HP, max defense. Not like in range, but like it was a roll is what I'm saying. Like, I think it was a low roll on my part though. Like, I had like a 25% chance to kill at this if he was Colbur. But I'm gonna click Wicked Blow, hopefully pick up a KO on this Necrozma, and then at that point he goes Zapdos. I probably just have to click fucking Wicked Blow again and hope he misses a Hurricane. And go from there. But it's not looking horrible for us. It's just I don't think I have a way to beat Zapdos. Because Zapdos, like, if he was running no speed Zapdos, then I thought I had a chance, but he's running a lot of speed. Enough to outspeed fucking Urshifu. So I'm gonna Wicked Blow. We do see the Colbur Berry. Like I said, I thought it still died. And he lives on like fucking 3 HP. So I believe it was a roll, but I don't think it was in my favor at all. It was like 30% or some shit. He looks knock off. He's going to knock off our protective pads. So that sucks, but that protective pads was just for the Zapdos. So at this point, looking at the matchup, I wish I would have just brought Scarf, but again, it's all in hindsight. I brought this shit for a reason. You know what I mean? Like, and like protective pads was for a non-speedy Zapdos. I thought he would be a bulkier variant on the physical side, but that's okay. At this point, I can click U-turn, kill this guy, and then get something else in that'll deal with the Zapdos better. I really need to stop fucking with my hat. I look like what's that guy from Fairy Odd Parents that has that big cowboy hat? Doug, I can't remember his name. You know what I'm talking about. You boys know. Y'all know who I'm talking about. The streets know. But at this point, I have 4 Pokemon left, but I don't see how I win this game. I think Ant played very good this game. I feel like Ant played pretty perfectly and kind of put me in a bad spot to really he just chipped shit down that was supposed to be checks, and my offense just has not been doing what it needed to do in this game. We are going to see I think I just go Jirachi, but like I don't do any. This Jirachi set is ass for Zapdos, which like I said is my fault. I definitely should have brought like a better Jirachi set for the Zapdos, but like I really just Jirachi I didn't think would be around this long. And Mox I like fucking dropped pretty early on because I expected Hydreigon Lead, Dark Pulse, and then like a T-Wave, all that good shit. I'm gonna go Iron Moth. We're gonna force out probably Sneasler or Mamoswine if it is Scarf. If we see Zapdos, then that's better for us because we get chip. But we're probably just gonna see Sneasler. And we do see the Sneasler, and I'm hoping I live a hit. If he's not banded, I do. If he doesn't have Rock Slide, right? So if he's just max attack, no banded, he clicks like Close Combat or Dire Claw, I live. But if he's max attack, not banded, he has Rock Slide, he kills me. If he's banded, he kills me with Close Combat. So I could go into Lando T here, but I'm pretty sure I get 2 KO'd at this point because I've let this Pokemon take so much damage, and I take Rock, so I'll be below half when I switch in. And if he's banded, like I said, he 2 KOs me. So this is what I mean by I'm letting my checks get chipped down. So I'm gonna go Lando T, and I'm praying he's not banded. Because like Dire Claw, obviously the secondary effects don't work, so I'm Covert Cloak. Down to 164, and I get the Intem off, which is nice. And he clicks Close Combat, and you see he does an insane amount of damage. And I'm fucking like, well, don't know what to do now. I let my Iron Moth take rocks for no reason. Probably should have just stayed in there. Staying in there was probably the move, letting him kill me and then go into Landers and then click Stone Edge because he has Mamoswine, Zapdos in this left. And I click Stone Edge and I catch the Zapdos. There's a chance that I can chip that guy down. Like at that point I would click Earthquake calling the Roost, but like I said, hindsight, man, hindsight. Because then I'm gonna get 2 KO'd, and if he stayed in with Sneasler, on my Stone Edge call, then that would have been a good play. But at this point, I kind of had to just click Earthquake and hope I live. But I don't live. Spoiler alert, I don't live. And the Sneasler is going to kill me. And now I'm kind of like, well, fuck, do I just lose the Sneasler? Because all I have left is Jirachi, Iron Moth, and Urshifu. Urshifu has Close Combat. Iron Moth has Close Combat. I have to hope my Jirachi can live, and he's -2 defense. I'm pretty sure my Iron Head still does not fucking kill, but I have to bluff I have Psychic because he hasn't seen my last move. But the Zapdos just walls at that point regardless, and if he goes Zapdos, pretty sure he just wins at that point. So we're gonna see what he likes to do. If he tries to kill me, get more damage off, clicks Close Combat, and I get an Iron Head kill, then that is good for me. But it's looking like Zapdos walls me. So if he goes Zapdos here, then he gets me. I think I click, do I click D-Gleam or do I click Iron Head? I feel like Iron Head is definitely the play here. What am I debating? Why did I click Thunder Wave? What the fuck? I'll click Thunder Wave so Urshifu would outspeed. But he just goes Zapdos. And guys, I'm gonna save you guys a little bit of time. The Zapdos walls the rest of my team. So what we're gonna do is we'll yap a little bit longer. There's only 3 minutes left. I really should have prepared for the Zapdos a little bit better. He just clicks Discharge, and here he could just Roost. I'm very Spadef. He gets the Para, which, I mean, honestly, it doesn't matter. Like, that didn't matter. You can see my face getting redder, man. That's that blood pressure going up, guys. Don't get old. Stop drinking energy drinks. Stop drinking energy drinks. White Monster has me in a chokehold. I drink 2 a day. But here, there's not much I can do. I've just kind of accepted defeat. I have played really poorly in this game. Pico United are going to go down to 3-1 and get its first loss in the BBR. I was really hoping I could go undefeated in the regular season. That would have been really fucking pretty shiesty, but no, we are not going to be able to. I get parried, but it doesn't matter. Like, doesn't matter at all. That I'm doing no damage. Like, I'm doing no damage, so it doesn't really matter. But we're gonna hope we can bring this back, but we can't. Yeah, I don't feel like yapping much longer. That's gonna be it for this video, guys. The Zapdos walls, I end up bringing it down to a 2-0 because he is Brave Bird instead of Hurricane, so he doesn't risk a miss. So good prep on his part. But we do end up losing 2-0 against Antonio. Make sure you guys check out Antonio in the comment section down below. Great battler. He has taken the BBR by storm. Was in the D-League last season. He won GBU, which was mine and John's league. But yeah, gonna take our first loss, but it's okay. We play John next week, so we will see if we can bounce back against John, our best friend. He's in the background on this video. But yeah, I'll catch you guys later.